Well, the conflict within the Arkansas Supreme Court is escalating. Last week, the High Court dismissed a lawsuit by one of its own justices, Courtney Hudson, and referred her for investigation. Now, the only justice who dissented to that order, Justice Karen Baker, says the majority has breached the public trust. Channel 7's Andrew Mobley has more now. Andrew.
In her dissenting opinion, Justice Baker calls the order an unprecedented misuse of the Arkansas Supreme Court's authority. Justice Hudson had filed a lawsuit in Pulaski County Circuit Court to prevent the release of emails to her from the former executive director of the Supreme Court's Office of Professional Conduct, pursuant to a Freedom of Information Act request. Hudson said the emails were exempt under FOIA laws, but the majority of her peers disagreed and voted to release them. After Hudson was granted a preliminary injunction against their release in Circuit Court, the Supreme Court majority stepped in and threw out the injunction as well as the lawsuit, justifying the action as part of its superintendent authority over all courts in Arkansas. However, Baker says the Supreme Court had no jurisdiction over the lower court case and interfered with the legal process, preventing Hudson from having her day in court.
I think what you'll find most people want in the court system is a right to be heard. Using the superintending authority, I think it's pretty unprecedented in this magnitude to take a pending circuit court case and to dismiss it outright with no notice, no briefing, and then no right to appeal that decision like you normally would have.
In her dissent, Baker revealed that Supreme Court justices had been subpoenaed in Hudson's lawsuit. She suggested that her peers dismiss the case before they were served the subpoenas to prevent unfavorable information from getting out.
I think it raises a lot of important questions about, hey, if there is an office of the judiciary branch where it's violating someone's rights or not following the proper legal processes developed, can you get an injunction for that? And if the answer is no, then that's a problem.
Baker has called for the Judicial Discipline and Disability Commission to investigate the Supreme Court majority that issued last week's order. She also says they weaponized the Office of Professional Conduct by requesting it investigate Hudson's attorney, Justin Zachary.
I'm hopeful whatever investigations take place will lead to positive changes to where the court can get back to a level of professionalism, and because I think that's just better for all the citizens of the state.
Baker had this to say to the public. Despite the majority's attempt to stifle litigation, I would encourage the public to continue to litigate these issues. That is, if you can find an attorney brave enough to try.
Her call for the legal community to continue to litigate these issues. I still plan to answer that call, and I think you'll find that there's others in the legal community that will as well.
It should be noted that Justices Karen Baker and Rhonda Wood are running against each other in a runoff for Chief Justice. That race will be one to watch closely. On your side, I'm Andrew Mobley.
Indeed it will. Andrew, thanks very much. You can read Justice Baker's full dissenting opinion. We have posted it on our website, katv.com.